Hello, everyone. Welcome to Common Sense, Episode 3, Carver Ranch's Life, the conclusion. So we left off at me being in high school and getting ready to graduate and go to college. So after all of that stuff we did and me selling the drugs and paying off that debt, I finally paid off the debt and was able to get clear of what I was under and what my family was under. So after that, after I cleared that up, I had to save money to go to college. So I took a partial scholarship to Tallahassee Community College and a partial to Florida State. And I moved to Tallahassee. My sister gave me her apartment. And I lived in the Seminole House Apartments right behind one of the dorms on Tennessee Avenue and Virginia Street. And how I remember this place so clearly, it's the same hotel that they caught Jeffrey Dahmer at when they caught him. Mm-hmm. Ted Bundy used to roam the streets over there, and
a little off screen.
I keep going off screen. I don't know why.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
So, sorry about that interruption, guys. We still getting this stuff organized. We just got this new screen, and we're trying to make sure we got everything correct when I'm able to go live by myself. So, me and Joe, we sitting here and we talking about Carver Ranch's life, how I grew up, and the things I was raised around. In my college years, I was able to get drugs from my dad and was able to sell a little bit of drugs and pay my own way through school. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that was. But my very first week in Tallahassee, I met a professor who has passed away. He passed away about 5-10 years ago. And he started out as a teacher's aide, and he was also a psychologist who showed me that ecstasy was for married couples who had intimacy issues in their marriage. So that's what it was prescribed for. And then when we figured out that you could use it to shoot the endorphins from your brain, from your spine to your brain, the pleasure endorphins, and blow up and be up for 2 and 3 days and be good, but have to sleep for a whole day after that. So my very first week I met these girls. It was like a Friday. And they said that if they don't get to their dorm room before 11 o'clock, they locked out. So I told them where I lived at, and I lived right behind their dorm. So they came to my house. We went to a party, and there was 6 of them and just me. Then my homeboy Dred from around the corner from Canada, he came over, and we spent the whole weekend in the room with them. Taking ecstasy pills, girls were snorting cocaine, we were smoking weed. We were having a good old time. I didn't snort cocaine ever. I've never done that. The only thing I've done was take ecstasy and smoke weed. I ain't never did mushrooms, mushrooms, cocaine. I smoked dirties before, cocaine and weed, but that didn't last too long. But never no mushrooms or acid or LSD or crack or anything like that. Seen a lot of people do all of them drugs. GHB, Xanax, Roxys, Oxys, methadone, all that kind of stuff.
And obviously your mother as well.
Yeah, my mom. I used to watch my mom smoke crack and my stepdad cook it up. But that was growing up in the hood. You grew up in the ghetto. That was what you grew up around. You didn't get to see rich people.
At that time, everyone was whipping it up, bro.
In the 80s, yeah.
That's what it was, bro.
In the 80s and 90s, that's what the drug of choice was. Cocaine and crack. Cocaine for the rich people and crack for the poor people.
Yep.
Because in New York, you had heroin was for mostly just the poor people. And heroin killed so many people in New York, but we didn't have that down here. And that's the funny thing. Everybody used to ask us about, where you get heroin? We don't sell that down here in Florida. You got to go to New York.
No, we got bath salts. You know.
Yeah, but see that stuff didn't come around till the late 2000s.
No, that's very, very, very recent.
Yeah.
My lifetime.
Yeah.
And
obviously,
there's that one famous report of that guy in the Everglades. Or was it the Miami?
Yeah.
Eating a guy's face or something like that. Yeah.
In Miami, in the Everglades. Yes, sir. Yeah. I saw that. I was living in Indiana. That was like 2016 or 17 or 15, somewhere in there.
That's the one that turns your skin to like scaly, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know nothing about bath salts. I don't know nothing about those designer drugs. That's like they say that Molly.
That's such a weird name for it though, because like that's
like, what it is.
But it's like
you put the salt. It goes in your bathtub, and it's almost like Epsom salt. It is like Epsom salt. It's the same thing almost to Epsom salt.
Wait, does it mean designer, like it's supposed to be nice, or does it just mean like it's
it's
altered?
It's bath salt. You put it in the bathtub with water, and it soothes and massages your body.
No, I'm just about like the term designer drug in general.
Oh, I don't know where the term designer.
Because when I think it's supposed to be like a luxury drug, like it's
what, bath salts?
Yeah,
designer drugs.
That's what I think of.
Designer drugs are more expensive drugs. It has nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with
the actual substance itself.
Yeah, the actual substance.
Okay.
Like back in the days, cocaine was a designer drug because only the rich and the famous used to do cocaine back in the day. So that was considered a designer drug. Heroin and crack is not considered a designer drug. Meth is not considered a designer drug. Because all of those things do something to your body physically. Cocaine, it physically destroys the cartilage in your nose, but you can't see that. You know what I'm saying? Even with smoking cigarettes, disfigures your body. You know what I'm saying? So when they talk about designer drugs, that's what they talk about.
It's expensive. Okay. Well, of course, all that's like situational and based on current events, right? Because obviously you said like cocaine was, and it falls out.
When cocaine first came out, it was so expensive, so the poor people couldn't afford it. So
it's still not that cheap.
The drug dealers started buying cocaine, and they learned how they turned it, and they learned how to cook it up with baking soda and make it into crack, and changed the whole form of it. Then it became a killer drug and not a designer drug. You know what I'm saying? When you change the composition of a drug, you change the composition of that drug, and you change the high that they're going to get from that drug, and you change the effects that their body is going to go through later in life because of that drug. My mom contracted a disease called scardosis, which is an immune system disease that comes from smoking crack. And everybody was like, nah, yeah, that's what happened. That's where that disease comes from. Only certain people get it. And it was like, well, it's only in black people. No, it's not only in black people. It's in anybody who smoked crack. I know a white guy whose dad died from the same thing my mom died from. You know, so a drug is a drug. GHB used to be considered a designer drug. Roofies used to be the date rape drug used to be a designer drug. Ecstasy used to be a designer drug when it first came out. Everything when it first come out is considered a designer drug. I don't know why. But when I learned about ecstasy, he used to just give me handfuls of pills for $1 each. And I sit there and count them. When I get to 500, I just hand them $500 and take the whole 500 and go and sell.
Would it be like different stuff or like the same?
Yeah, all different sizes. You would have singles. Ecstasy come in singles, doubles, and triples. We would have single stacks, double stacks, and triple stacks. The more spots you see on an ecstasy pill, the dirtier that drug is, that pill is. That means
more spots?
Yeah, more spots. It means it has little dips of LSD in it.
LSD, oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
So
like with LSD, it's like a little, mostly it's like a paper tablet, but like, you know, but back in the day, they used to just get the liquid. Like Jimi Hendrix used to have a bucket of it. He would dip his bandana in it, put it around his forehead. Yeah. Which that's insane, bro. I don't know if it's got stronger, if it's pretty much been the same.
I don't know how it was, but all I know is that them was one of the ones I couldn't take. I tried it once. I tried a half of one, and I was too fucked up. And I was up for 3 days off a half a triple stack of Exit pill, and I had never done that before. I had took whole triple stacks and only been up for a day and a half and crashed, but never 3 days like I took that one. The dirty ones were the strongest ones. A friend of ours had a girl we knew had OD'd on some pills in Burger King parking lot in the early 90s. No, in the late 90s. I think it was maybe like 98, 97, 98. And she called her mama, but she took 5 pills. She was trying to kill herself. She already knew the effects. She had been taking them pills for a while. They said she had been depressed. A couple of people that we knew said she had been depressed. But while I was in Tallahassee, I got to see Peter Work and them play, Tamarick Vanover and them play, meet Edwin James, roommate with Shaq's. Well, one of my roommates dated Shaq's sister, and she went to FAMU, and he used to come up there. I never got to meet him, but he used to come up there because I was hardly ever there. I had like 3 or 4 different places that I could stay. You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing so much business. I was getting weed from Miami on the low, getting the coke and the pills and just making money, but I wasn't selling it to nobody. I was giving it to people so they could sell it, or they would buy it from me in bulk and then they would sell it. You know what I'm saying? Or I would just hook them up with a connect and they pay me a finder's fee. That was 70% of the job because I knew the people that was supplying the stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
people shit on middlemen sometimes, but
yeah,
sometimes they're necessary. Sometimes you need one. At least when you're starting out, bro. Sometimes you just need that one end. Exactly. And then you can make your own connections.
But while we talking, you got to make sure that battery is out of there, because if that battery is in there, it's going to overheat and explode.
Is it?
Yeah. So why you got to take the battery out of there when you're using the, sorry about that, y'all, the HDMI. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to fix that because of the overheating. It exploded the battery. If you streaming from your GoPro on anything and it's plugged in as a HDMI cord, it's going to overheat your battery. So just to let y'all know that. But back to the story at hand. So while I was in college, I met these guys who used to steal cars. They showed me how to do that. You know what I'm saying? So we had a lot of fun, and that's how I got to travel and got to see different places. You know what I'm saying? But I would do mostly everything by myself. I would just disappear on people, and they didn't know where I was at. Like Mardi Gras every year from the time I was 19 to the time I was 23 when I left. 24 actually, because me and Winston them went. No, that wasn't me and Winston. That was me and my son's mom's cousin. We went to New Orleans. I was the last person I took to New Orleans. I just take everybody. We'll stop off in Pensacola, buy some, jewelry, outfits for that weekend, and go to Mardi Gras for a whole week or maybe 3 or 4 days. You know what I'm saying? Just hang out for the whole Mardi Gras, because my birthday was normally during Fat Tuesday because it's in February. So when I was doing all this, you know what I'm saying, my mom got sick. And then, when I finally graduated and left Tallahassee, I moved to Virginia. That's when I had my son. I lived in Virginia for about 2 years, maybe 2.5. And then, he lived with me for a little bit, come up there and visit. And I moved back to Fort Lauderdale. While I was in Virginia, I worked at MCI WorldCon. And that's where I met Allen Iverson. And I used to watch Michael Vick play when he was at Virginia Tech, when they used to come to Florida State and play. But I met him because my roommate, Alonzo Lee, whose dad was the assistant head coach at the Hampton University Pirates, was roommates with Alonzo, who is Allen Iverson's best friend. So we met Allen Iverson. It was the year after they had lost in the finals to the Lakers, and they won the first game and then lost the next 4 and got swept. Well, kind of swept, but they went 4-1. But he came back to Virginia, and we was living in the dorm room areas, about to move to waiting for our apartment to get ready. So he came with the little Maserati and the little scooters and stuff, and his roommate Lonzo introduced all of us to us, and I was still getting the pills, so we would all party and, you know, have fun and smoke weed and shit and hang out when they ain't have when he didn't have his basketball. But he didn't really do too much of the drugs with us. He was always mostly training. He would just come and let us ride around and in his vehicles and hang out with him. That's all. He just wanted to have people around him, pretty much. You know, so after that, living in Virginia, that was a lot of fun. And then when I moved back down to Hollywood, my mom was living across the street from Washington Park. And that's when everything, like, shit just started hitting the fan. You know what I'm saying? And started a lot of shit happened, and it caused me to have to leave from down there and not be able to go back until a certain person who I can't name just got out of prison after doing 30 years told me that it was okay for me to come back. All my debts were settled. You know what I'm saying? I can come back to Miami with nobody trying to, you know what I'm saying, not having to look over my shoulder, which was a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I done had to keep people and send messages, you know, about people, you know, trying to get after me and hurt me. You know, and I said I was gonna show my one day I'm gonna put my scars so everybody can see. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't believe that I've been shot and stabbed. Everybody just think I've been stabbed. They don't really know, you know, that I've been shot twice and stabbed 3 times. Well, no, twice. Yeah, 3 times. Because the girl tried to cut my dick off. She stabbed me in the leg. That was a crazy one. But it seemed like
I don't know how I would react to that situation, to be honest. But like, bitch coming at me with a knife, with my dick out, like, I'm vulnerable. That's like the most vulnerable position you could be in.
And my stepdaddy, I came home for Christmas break. I was in a stolen car that we had got fixed up where I was gonna keep. So motherfucking and the reason I can say all this stuff because they can't trace none of this back to me, because none of it was in my name. It was all in other people's name and alias names, so they can't find none of it. And there's no paper trail to none of this shit. So we was I come home. This was my first Christmas coming home, and nobody knew I was coming. I just popped up, me and my girlfriend from Tallahassee. My freshman year is 1994. I'm making all this good money up there in Tallahassee. So I come back for Christmas, and my brand new, it was 94, it was a 92 Chevy Impala Super Sport. No, a 94 Chevy Impala Super Sport, because they had just came out. And I had just got a new tag for it. I came down there to bring it down to the OC, and OC was going to do an 8 chameleon paint job on it for me. And when he did it, he only charged me $250 rocks and 2 12-packs. That's all he charged me to paint the whole entire car. That thing flipped 8 colors. And he put the Gucci seats and all that in the inside of it. That girl came and fucked my car up. Nobody knew about any of this, not my friends. Well, my best friend Trevor, he knew, because he was the only one who knew that I came back. But my stepdaddy was like, DJ, that crazy girl out there again, man. And she was out there with a big ass knife. And the new chick ran out the house and tried to run in front of me. And I was like, man, get out of here, man. The girl crazy. She already done shot me once. I said, y'all better you leave her alone. She crazy, man. So I had grabbed her, and she lunged at me with a knife, and I punched her. And then the knife went down into my leg. And I still got a long ass scar on my leg right down there, where the knife went straight down into my left leg when she was trying to go at my dick with a knife. That's crazy. She was a crazy girl. Met her, she was a stripper. She was crazy and smart and gangster than a motherfucker, because she taught me a lot. She taught me how to run game on females, how to pimp females, and all that good shit. She used to work at the Club Rolex and the Club The Mint. Very nice girl. Can't say her name though. Very nice girl. But she taught me a lot. If she ever watched it, she'll know who she is. You know what I'm saying? So, but after college, and after all that, and moving back down now, people got involved with some stuff and used some guns that belonged to me, that was registered to me, involving themselves in some crimes. And then one of the guys that did the crime, even though I wasn't there, went and turned himself in with 2 of the firearms that belonged to me. And they found a banana clip with one of my fingerprints on it at the scene of a murder. A murder and a shooting. I had nothing to do with it, but when the dude went and turned himself in, he decided to say my name and then said that I ran the robbery crew, that them boys worked for me, and they was robbing people because I told them to. This is what he told the police when he went in there. So after all this, what they did that night, I don't know because I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So the cops came to my house and arrested me. They had some SWAT and everything. I was living in Sunrise, and I was living with my supervisor. I was working at Pet Supermarket Warehouse. I had just got out of jail because they had already came once and questioned me when I was in jail, because I was in jail locked up. I was in federal holding cell for 5 days because some dudes that I knew from Tallahassee had found some money and got arrested and put my name in that. I had nothing to do with that. So they stopped questioning me. They questioned me for 5 days. I was in there for like 6 hours each one of them days while they was interrogating my ass about some shit I had nothing to do with. You know what I'm saying? So then after that, they came in there and started asking me about my cousin and the people that was involved in this, stuff that they did. And I was like, well, I know them, but I don't know what happened that night because I wasn't there. Well, your friend Al's mom came to us, God bless the dead, rest in peace, Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara was there the morning after it happened. And the dude, I was half asleep. So the dude, Dredd, that supposedly, not Dredd, whatever the dude name, I can't say the dude name because I don't remember the dude's real name. But he had committed, they said he committed a murder and shot a girl in the face. They said the girl mama lived across the street and saw the whole entire thing. So a friend of mine, he got arrested that night. The police caught him, and then they was looking for my cousin. So my cousin was on the run for a little while before they caught him. But Miss Barbara, Al's mama, said that she told the police that the guy was sitting at my house that day after that occurred, and her son got arrested, and said that he told me everything that went on that night and what he did. I didn't remember none of that shit because I was half asleep. I don't remember him talking about any of that. Only thing I remember him saying is that he was in Dade that night and the police stopped him because he was on a bicycle, but that was in the morning because he wasn't in school. So truant officer stopped him in the morning. That's what it was. And she told him that too. I said, that's the only thing I remember him saying. I said, I don't remember anything else. And they was like, well, did he have on any jewelry or stuff like that? I was like, yeah, he showed me some jewelry. He was like, the police looked at his jewelry too, and didn't say nothing of it. I say, so, it's not like, he told me anything that went on that night. No, he just told me what happened that morning. And he said that they called his grandmother, and his grandmother told him that she told him he didn't have to go to school that day. He can come home. They interrogated me 3-4 days about this same nonsense. So then when I got out, I was on house arrest. No, I was on house arrest. And I was sitting at the house and I was working for Pet Supermarket Warehouse. And Tard, my supervisor, he said, DJ, they got this house surrounded, man. The house surrounded. And that's why it's not working. because my Bluetooth is connected to the speaker. That's why the speaker not working. My phone is connected to the Bluetooth. That's why it's not working. Oh. That's what that was, just dinged. But anyway, so I forgot where I was at in my story.
It probably has an aux mode and a Bluetooth mode. Yeah.
Yeah, we still getting all of the others.
I mean, we upgraded, bro. As you guys, we gotta have it acknowledged the blue screen and
the
all
blue
that.
Screen,
yeah.
We got everything upgraded now, so everything gonna be professional.
Oh yeah, bro. No more 720.
No.
No more 720.
No more 720p.
720p DJ, bro.
720p DJ. So after this, and they sent the SWAT team with the battering rams. And they knocked on the door first, and he opened the door, and I'm like, he called me out the room. My girl was pregnant with my daughter. So I come down in a t-shirt and some sweatpants and some flip-flops and socks. And them boys say, you can't go upstairs. You got to come with us right now. They held me for 3 days in a holding cell with the same clothes on, without a shower. They was feeding me all kind of nasty food. I was in there by myself. For 3 days. It was a four-man holding cell in the courthouse. And they took me out in front of the judge, and I told the judge, they were like, well, Mr. Beivens, we have a statement here that's saying that you said such. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say none of that. I said, the cop told me that Miss Barbara told him all of this stuff. And I was sitting there in the chair. I had just went to sleep not even 10 minutes before he showed up. I had been up all night. I was on ecstasy and smoking weed all night. I say, so I don't remember none of what y'all talking about or what he said. So they started treating me as a hostile witness, and they was like, you already here as a hostile witness, right? And I'm like, yeah. Y'all done kept me in here for 3 days. I'm in the same dirty ass clothes. The judge like, watch me. I said, no, Judge, I'm in here for 3 days. In a cell by myself with nobody to talk to, no TV, no nothing. I didn't know if it was day or night, about to go crazy. With these same dirty clothes on, no shower, no nothing. I said, the prosecutor done brought me up here to try to get me to lie on this man that I just barely met. I don't even know him like that. You know, because he was somebody that one of my cousins had brought to me. You know what I'm saying? He was just a little kid that hung around them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know nothing about the robberies at all. You know, so I really just kind of left it alone. But then when I found out who it was that they robbed, I had to leave because
do this until they put me in the ground. Living life fast, people telling me to slow it down. I'm on the rise, and you can catch me in the clouds. Hey, that's why I'm Billboard bound. I'm Billboard bound, yeah, I'm Billboard bound. You can tell the way I sound that I'm Billboard bound. Billboard bound, yeah, I'm Billboard bound. You can tell the way I sound that I'm Billboard bound. I ain't got no time for these haters, cause I'm too busy counting fucking the baddest bitches and smoking weed by the acre. I'm influenced by hate and I'm driven by the money, so I cop the condo by the lake in the state where it's always sunny. Now I enjoy the breeze with my head in the cloud, cause all my weed is turned up. I be smoking on loud. Every day I'm fresh to death, pressed clean, so they loving my style. Shit, my life is like a showing up with girls in the crowd. You see me all these years, I've been waiting on this day to come. It's finally here, and ain't no stopping us. Yeah, we switching gears. D&D niggas, we finally here. And yeah, we won't stop till we on top. And yeah, you smell the star potential, so we gon' and ain't no slowing down. We done taste a bit of fame, so we hungry now. I'ma do this until they put me in the ground. Living life fast, people telling me to slow it down. I'm on the rise, and you can catch me in the clouds. billboard bound. Yeah, I'm billboard bound. You can tell the way I sound that I'm billboard bound. Billboard bound. Yeah, I'm billboard bound. You can tell the way I sound that I'm billboard bound.
I'm on a mission trying to get, counting money, hundreds, fifties. A nigga like to smoke, so I keep a Dutch and Swisher. Bad bitch, she fucking with me. I'm real, she can't help but feel me. Let her get fresh, get high, step out. I don't know about you, but money was by. I'm strong, I'm on, about to roll up and get gone. I'm in my zone, I'm doing me. Fuck you and what you want, I'm eating good. On some real shit that make it understood. Okay, don't fuck with me, don't know you. I'm doing what I'm supposed to.
Long days and long nights. Money right don't need much extra price. Might slow it down in the afterlife. Until then takes no little fast life. I wanna do right, but I can't help it. Surrounded by the green like I'm a Celtic. In the game, you know I ball. My team got my back, so I never fall. We so loud, can't turn it down. No sticks and seeds when we break it down. Light it up and let's burn it down. Sitting on top, I don't need no crown. I do this for my hometown. These braids turn where it goes down. From it off, they trying to hold down. RP do doors that's in the ground. I'ma do this until they put me in the ground. Living life fast, people telling me to slow it down. I'm on the rise, and you can catch me in the clouds. Hey, that's why I'm billboard bound. I'm billboard bound. Yeah, I'm billboard bound. You can tell the way I sound that I'm billboard bound. Billboard bound. Yeah, I'm billboard bound. You can tell the way I sound that I'm billboard bound. I'm liver than you ever been. I'm 4-1 tatted on my skin. These guys, can you watch over me? Cause I hate when you get the victory. Sometimes they can be kin to me. Them be the worst enemies. Fall till you fall and run this back if you feeling me.
I always do with the death, so this beat I'ma bury it. Started from the underground, now I'm a legend like Harriet. You know me, get it cool and see how I'm living so fabulous. Money, condoms, and weed is the only thing I travel.
So let me let these niggas know who they dealing with. We ain't no ordinary niggas, we be killing shit. I got you mad at your chick, cause she feeling this. And yeah, it's third Ave on this motherfucking beat.
See this world be trying to hold me down, that's why I got my money up. Just trying to stay above it all. Hennessy and weed a must. Never let shit get to me. Nigga know it ain't no holding me. Fast life, that's what I live. Getting money, blowing weed.
I'ma do this until they put me in the ground. Living life fast, people telling me to slow it down. I'm on the rise, and you can catch me in the clouds. Hey, that's why I'm billboard bound. I'm billboard bound. Yeah, I'm billboard bound. You can tell the way I sound that I'm billboard bound. Billboard bound. Yeah, I'm billboard bound. You can tell the way I sound that I'm billboard bound.